morning, Wharfdale, and welcome to this morning's House Assembly, all about your well-being. So, how do we define well-being? Well, what it means is the state of being comfortable, healthy, and happy. And hopefully by the end of this assembly, you will be able to feel at least one of those things. If not, you'll be able to take away information to improve your well-being overall. Okay, now I want to ask you all a really, really important question. I want to ask you how you are, and I want you to consider how you're feeling right now in this moment. Okay, how are you? Okay, so you're either feeling like Tigger today, like you've made your bed, you're ready to start the day, ready to do all your online learning and absolutely smash it. And then maybe by the end of the day, you might be doing some exercise, you might be going out, enjoying a walk, or you might be cooking a meal or making a cup of tea for your family. All those things where you feel so motivated and so ready to seize the day. If you're feeling like Tigger today, fantastic. However, if you're feeling a bit like Eeyore today, a little bit down, struggling a bit to get motivated, feeling a bit with lockdown, everything's getting a bit too much and you're really finding it hard to motivate yourself. What I want to tell you is that's okay. It's okay to feel like Eeyore. It's okay to feel a bit down from time to time, especially with everything that's going on. It's okay to feel like that. And it's also okay to feel like Tigger. And when you do feel like Tigger, make the most of it, enjoy it, okay? Don't worry. We tend to, when things are going so well, think about, oh, when will the next bad thing happen? Just focus on the now, focus on the present. And if you're feeling good, that's great. And if you're feeling like Eeyore, here's my guide to feeling a little bit more positive just for today, because you've got to take it day by day. So here's a little reminder, I saw this online and it really stuck with me. If your mind is playing tricks on you today, which it will, it does with everyone, no matter how old, how young you are, your mind will play tricks on you, okay? You matter, you are so important, you're loved, and your presence on this earth makes a difference whether you see it or not, okay? Now I'd like you to watch the following clip from my favourite film, The Help.
You is kind, you is smart, you is important, you is smart, you is kind, you is smart, you is important, you is smart, you is kind, you is important. Oh, that's so good.
Okay, now I want to talk through 5 ways you can improve your well-being. I'm going to talk through each heading and then I'm going to give you ideas. So first of all, being active. Being active is really, really important. It's good for our health, it's good for our bodies, and it makes us feel good because it releases lots of lovely endorphins that make us feel really, really good. So being active, it's not about doing a 5k run. If 5k run is your thing, go for it. That makes you happy, that's great. It doesn't make me happy. I prefer doing an online dance class or doing body combat or doing some yoga or dancing in the kitchen while I'm cooking my dinner to my favourite Spice Girls song. It can be anything. As long as you get your body moving and it makes you feel good, you're onto a winner. Okay, the next one is all about keep learning. Okay, so that's really, really important that you engage with all your lessons today, that your teachers have spent time preparing and making sure that you're having fun and engaging lessons that make you learn. It's also about the things beyond the classroom as well. So can you learn a new skill during lockdown? It might be a language, it might be learning to bake, it might be learning to sew, it might be learning yoga or anything like that. It might be just simply reading a book and engaging with that book and learning from it. Okay? Next one is giving. Okay, so this is quite tricky with lockdown, but it can be done in various ways. It might simply be just making a family member a cup of tea. It might be taking the bin out, doing the recycling, doing something that will make a difference to your household. It might be looking online and seeing if you could send someone a little card or a little treat saying you're thinking about them. Or it might be just a little message or a video that you share with someone that makes them laugh and makes their day. Okay? Okay, the next one is about taking notice. Okay, taking notice is about making time to appreciate the world around you. It's being aware of how you're feeling in that present moment, okay? And it can help you positively change how you're feeling about life, okay? So taking things at the time, thinking about the present, is really, really important. So if you're being active, are you aware of how that's making you feel? Are you taking in those moments? You know, if you're being active with a family member, you're going for a run or you're dancing with your family member, you're taking that moment in and really appreciating it. When you're learning, you're understanding that in that moment something's clicked, that light bulb moment. You know, take it in and appreciate it and notice how you're feeling. Okay, being aware is really, really important, and that's why at the start of the assembly I asked you how you are, because it's really difficult sometimes to really sit and think about how you're doing, how you're feeling. Are you understanding things? Are you taking things in? Are you aware that you're feeling like a Tigger? Or are you aware that you're feeling like an Eeyore today? It's all of those things that's really important that you take notice. Okay, and then the last one is connect. Connecting is really important during lockdown because we don't have that physical contact, but there are other ways of connecting with people. It's important that you connect with the people in your household. You could be living with someone, but have you asked them how they are? Have you suggested to do an activity together? Have you made a phone call to a family member that you don't live with or friends to see how they're getting on? Because sharing your feelings and your thoughts is really, really important, and it helps others as well. So if you're saying, "Oh, I'm struggling with this," that person might be struggling as well, and having that conversation will make you both feel better. So sharing and connecting will definitely improve your well-being, and it might be something that you plan to do either this week or today. Okay, so I'm going to look at this from a personal perspective. Okay, these two ladies here, these are my grandmothers. They are really important to me, and I make sure I connect with them as much as possible. And I'm starting to become more aware of the connections I make with them during lockdown, and I'm taking notice of the conversations that we have because I can't meet with them physically and spend that time with them. But it is important that I ring and connect with them as often as I can. My Nana Joan, for instance, Lady in Red, she was a PE teacher, and I really appreciate the conversations that I have with her about my experiences as a teacher. And we always have lovely conversations about her memories of a teacher, and it just inspires me and makes me, we can have a giggle about all the wonderful things that happen during the day as a teacher. And my Nana Pat, we usually phone up and talk about recipes. We talk about the meals that we're going to eat that day, discuss walks that we've had, but we mainly share recipe ideas and inspire each other to cook new meals during the week, which is lovely. And being aware and understanding all those brilliant things that my nanas give to me, if I can't physically be with them, it's really important that I take in all the information, all the conversations that I have with them, and cherish them because they're really, really important to me. So when I was younger, I joined a netball team, and the image you can see here, the images you can see here is when I was a member of a netball team when I was younger. This is when I was really, really young, during school years. We did really well. We got to the national finals when we were 16. And those bonds and those connections I've made for life. So joining a team and being active, eventually when we can engage with team activities and stuff, is really important because in the future those friendships are there for you for life. And as you can see in this photo here, this was May 2019. One of my netball team got married, and we were all there to celebrate and cherish that wonderful moment, that life moment with her, just like meeting up like we were 16 again, which is lovely. And two of those people are going to be hopefully my bridesmaid and maid of honour at my wedding, hopefully next year. I also make sure I find time to connect with these lovely ladies, because they've been part of my life, a part of my well-being ever since I was little. We've shared loads of life events together, and it's really important that I stay connected with them and I don't lose that friendship. Even in this time, I do make sure we have our own Zoom quizzes, and if it's someone's birthday, we have a bit of cake and a candle each to celebrate. And it's just those little things that make a big difference. And being aware that those things happen, being aware that I've got a friendship group that has lasted years, all because I joined a netball team. And it's that ripple effect as well of being active also can improve, linked to the other aspects of the well-being. Okay, one final point I would like to add to improve your well-being is hygge. It is a Danish word, and it's all about this idea of being comfortable and cosy, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. So at the end of the day, after you've done all your learning, you've been active, you've connected with people, what I'd like you to do, first of all, what I'd like you to do is make yourself a nice hot drink. It can be a hot chocolate, it could be a cup of tea, it could be a coffee, anything, a warm Ribena, anything nice and warm, hot drink. Then what I want you to do is grab a blanket. It can be any blanket that you want, and I want you to wrap yourself up in the blanket. Get nice and cosy. Find your cosiest socks, your wooliest jumper, and get all wrapped up. Okay, draw the curtains, switch off, this is a big one now, switch this off. So, no mobile phone, no tablet, nothing, completely switch off. Grab yourself a candle, or you don't have to use a candle, you can use like a bit more safer, you could use little fairy lights or anything like that. Just make the lighting in your house really low, so a bit like candlelight. If you can recreate that with fairy lights, that's much safer. But yeah, grab yourself a nice smelling candle, grab yourself some magazines. So grab yourself a magazine or a book, grab yourself a magazine, book, anything that requires no technology. Grab yourself a pen and paper, you might want to write stuff down or reflect upon the day or do some drawing or do some painting. Just get yourself nice and cosy with a nice cup of tea at the end of a really busy day and just enjoy that moment. If you've got family members, get them involved and have a nice cuddle within your blankets, and it's just that feeling of calm, coziness, and just to switch off at the end of the day, because it's so easy after a day of online lessons, being on a computer, being on a screen all day, it's so easy to just grab your phone or switch on the TV and not really have a chance to reflect and switch off a bit. So cosy blanket, nice mug of hot cocoa, nice big smelly candle, turn the lights off and just read or engage in your own thoughts and write things down if you need to. Okay, so thank you for listening to my assembly. I really hope this has helped you, even if it's just a small change that you make to improve your well-being. It's really important. If you struggle with anything, the main thing is to just sit and breathe for a minute and just take in everything and just step away and have a moment of just being you. Okay, you're doing a fantastic job, you're being incredibly resilient and you're doing the best you can. Okay, you are part of the best house anyway, which is awesome. Well done. As a final note, well done to those who engaged with the house cross country, and well done to those who did really well and gained lots of points for the house. So thank you, keep going, and please, if you can, send me any pictures of your version of hygge, because I look forward to seeing that. So take care, enjoy, and keep going. You're doing a fantastic job.